Suryakanta sir, sir, hello. Sir, namaste sir. PK Mishra, Director CIDC sir. Sir, very nice to see you here in our session. Sir, this is faculty development program. Basically, it is being conducted under the umbrella of All India Council for Technical Education, sir. And this is the third batch of the program, sir. And the participants are young engineering faculties, assistant professor and associate professor, sir. The participants are from civil, electrical, mechanical, electronics, and computer science branches. So far, it is very wide covered area of participants. The total registration is around 375. But due to some other assignments of the participants, like their classes or their regular work, the joining is around 200, will be around 200 to 250, sir. So, sir, we will wait 1 to 2 minutes more, sir.
Sure, sir.
And then we will start, sir. We will start on 3:35, sir.
No problem, sir. First of all, thank you for giving us opportunity to speak about maybe the BIM and digitalization. So the whole idea is to just leverage the knowledge across the industry as well as in institutional forums as well, so that we'll see what opportunities can be taken out of such discussions. So बहुत धन्यवाद सर ऐसे opportunities देने के लिए. So during the discussions, we'll go through both the language, Hindi sometimes, English sometimes. So so whole idea is to let the sessions to be more interactive, let people to also ask the questions how industry is working towards, and we will go through like that. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for accepting our request. Basically, the motive of this program is to bring the academia in closer to the industry, sir. Basically, it is like industry academia interaction program, sir. And AICT and CIDC are feeling that the academia is working in their domain and industry is now working in their domain, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, sir, we are trying to bring them on same page, sir.
Absolutely.
So, sir,
that's the whole objective and the thought process down the line. How industry and academy will work together so that we'll get good talents for the industry as well.
In fact, there is one challenge, sir. Industry is saying that industry is not getting good engineering graduates or engineering students, and academia is saying that industry is not taking our students in positive way. So for both are complaining for others responsibility. But now, sir, we are working to bridge this gap, basically.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, sir, my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
My screen is visible to all, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is very fine, sir. Your voice is very clear. Your screen is very visible, sir.
Very good. Okay.
So, sir, with your due permission, I am going to start the session with a brief introduction of today's session expert.
Yes.
Basically, sir, I have shared your CV in the WhatsApp group created for this program.
Okay.
But in brief, let me introduce today's session expert engineer Suryakanta Kabir. Suryakanta has 19 years industry plus solution experience in building and infrastructure AEC projects, ensure asset strategy, asset creation, asset optimization, and consumption in project life cycle through building information management modeling, geographic information system, virtual design and construction, outcomes applying various vendor-driven technologies, well versed with BIM level 2 processes plus project delivery compliant with ISO 19650 PS and BF standards and has also focused on BIM level 3 compliant use cases for near future projects benefiting to social, environmental, and economical outcomes. Engineer Suryakanta, currently responsible for overall program management for digital advancement for the organization, includes evaluation and estimations, digital engineering, BIM implementation strategy, vendor scope management, design reviews, proposal guideline, and SOP and collaboration strategy supported by people, processes, and technologies. He has also developed implementation and collaboration BIM and GIS strategy for various mega projects, pushed various consultants to pull the digital asset information as design and drawings, virtual models, RFI bills, submittals, MOMs, change orders, etc. Enforce the practice applications to support the building and infrastructure design and modeling processes in past. He has worked for India, Europe, Africa, Australia, and UK projects. He has a lot of achievements and contribution in the industry. I just want to emphasize his projects like Mumbai Ahmedabad High Speed Rail Project C4 package. मुंबई अहमदाबाद हाई स्पीड रेल C4 पैकेज। सर मैं जब आपका सीवी पढ़ रहा था तो मैं प्रोजेक्ट वैल्यू देख रहा था। वन प्रोजेक्ट वैल्यू इज 2500 करोड़ and other project value Mumbai Ahmedabad high speed rail C4 package project value is 24,985 crore sir. So sir really it is mega project sir, and it is really very good to conceptualize the size, the volume, the specialty required for the project. Design and construction of Bangalore Airport Phase 2, Bangalore Karnataka project 3,000 crore. Lot of projects sir, you have. So sir, really we are very fortunate and privileged that you have accepted our request.
Thank you, sir.
To address this August program, sir. So, sir. Now I am handing over session to you, sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Nicely explained about me. So, with the due respect, again, I thankful to you for giving me opportunity to speak over the BIM and digital advancement supported technology, which can be leveraged the future sustainability approach. So so as you rightly mentioned that since last 19 years, I've delivered many mega projects as well. And right now I'm working with Surbana Jurong as a group of companies where I'm leading the BIM and digital for all the rollout programs. So I'm looking after the center of, as a part of the Center of Excellence for South Asia and Central Asia region. So mostly the countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, Kazakhstan, and Pakistan as well. So these are the countries which are part of the SACA Central, and we're driving and forcing the digital advancement initiatives through the Center of Excellence program. So thank you once again for participants, to you as well as participants, to giving me an opportunity to speak about. And with this sort of notice, I tried my best to bring the information through the slide deck to share with you all. So if you feel that there is some improvements is required in future, then please do not hesitate to inform me through my email ID or phone numbers, so that we can collaboratively improve the slide decks and share information across the platforms, and we'll see how the best talents we can get for the industry. Thank you. So today's topic is BIM with digital advancement. So I'll not talk about the pretty 3D models. I'll talk more about the process. I'll talk more about what are the market technologies trending. I'll talk about how industries adopted the processes and delivering the process projects using the technologies. And also we'll talk about the typical challenges. So there are a lot of informations in the market, in the industry, that they have a lot of different challenges, but we have to also look at the typical challenges which we regularly facing in during the project execution, and we'll see how we can enhance those challenges within the business as usual processes. So company I work with, Surbana Jurong, is a group of companies, and our child companies are SMEC, Etios, Etilar, Bplhs, KTP, and RBG, SAA, and Sinosun companies. So we are the group of companies, and we have the global presence across the 40 countries. We ranked 26th out of 225 international design firm companies, and our fee revenue is 1.7 billion annually. Totally 16,000 employees across the globe we have. And what we do in terms of the solutions. So we plan, we develop, we deliver, and we manage as a part of the consulting group. So we plan the concept, economic feasibility studies. We do a lot of master planning. We do a lot of financial services for the customers. We do sustainability and environmental consultancy services for our customers as well. Then we develop a lot of architectural and landscape designs. We do engineering and specialized services. We do quantity surveying and cost management. And we deliver project management services, construction engineering services, detail design, site supervision, and the contract.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, have you started the PPT presentation, sir?
Yes.
It's not visible, sir.
I already shared my screen anyway. Let me check. There is some problem happening. Sir, please let me know if you can see my screen.
No, sir, not yet.
Still not yet?
No, sir.
Please excuse me for 1 minute, please. Let me rejoin again. I think there is some network issue or something, so that's why this problem is happening.
Okay, sir.
Fine, sir. For it is visible now. So please start from the first slide, sir. Sir, you are muted, sir. Your voice is not coming, sir.
Okay, now it's fine, right?
Yes, sir, it is fine. Hi,
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
But sir, please start from the first slide, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry for inconvenience. Now you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So what I was telling that the today's topic is how BIM is a process is complementing to the digital advancement technologies, and what are those technologies is going to leverage the future projects. So myself working with Surbana Durong, it's a group of companies, and we have a lot of sister companies, acquired sister companies. And in India, I'm working as a part of this SMEC. So SMEC, we do a lot of business in infrastructures as well as master planning and utility sectors and hydro projects and the project management. In terms of the presence, we are we have the presence across the 40 countries, 40 plus countries. In terms of the strength, we have more than 60,000 employees across the globe. And revenues, we have 1.7 billion annually. And we ranked 26th in 2020 amongst the 225 international design firms. So our solutions across the entire value chain, we do a plan for concept design, economic and feasibility studies. We plan master planning. We do a lot of planning in development and project financial services. We do plan for sustainability and environmental consultancy works. And then under the development, we develop architectural and landscaping design and plans. We do develop engineering and specialist services for the optimization or any simulation programs. Then we do a lot of quantity surveying and cost management service also. So what we delivers project management service. We do construction engineering as a part of the supervision consultants. We do site supervision works. We do contract advisory works as well. What do we manage? We manage smart city solutions. We manage facility managements for building and infrastructures as well. We manage security services solutions. We manage defense services and training solutions as well. In terms of our typical project delivery mechanism is from the inception to the post construction. So typically in inception stage, we do client and design. We review the client and design inputs. We do site analysis. We do space programs for the building spatially. We do a lot of codings in terms of the parametric design and modeling. So more into the automation during inception stage as well. Then we do site visual investigation and context analysis. During the concept design, we deliver sustainability analysis, we deliver area and material schedule, we deliver master plan and architectural project schedule, engineering concepts, and the visualization. So visualization for basically the marketing for our customers. So how do they market their project for the investments? And in detailed design, for buildings, especially, we do a lot of interiors and landscape designs, detailed drawings, coordination, 3D modeling, and simulation. So simulation for more into the optimization aspects, then tender documentation and the cost estimations for the customers. And we also help in a tendering stage for drawing specification, bill of quantities, and help our customer to flow tendering. And we respond to bidders query. We manage the bidder queries as well. Then the bid evaluation as a part of the bid evaluation as well. During the construction, we do supervision work. We manage RFIs. We also part of the change management to support our customers. And we create a lot of vendor manuals for our customers as well. and also considering those aspects, quality assurance as a default. Then post-construction, we do support to our customers to hand over the technology, we hand over the work to our customers as well for the as-built drawings and all the certification and compliance and bills like that. So this was about the companies, what we do. I'll touch upon revolution. So we all know about the industrial revolution is all started with the manual mechanisms, manual interventions. Then industry 2.0 is came up with the mass production, with the electricity. The third industrial revolution with came with the computers and the automation system. Now we're into industry 4.0, which is more talking about the internet of things. So by using internet, how the robotics will work, how the construction equipments will function, how the project overall project management can be controlled. So this is what the industry 4 points as a part of the discussions are going on through the World Economic Forum as well as in different institutions. So from that aspect, if we come to know about the BIM revolution, so BIM is building information modeling. So it's nothing but a kind of create a lot of virtual models of the physical elements. So from 90s, it all started with the AutoCAD. Then in 20s, slightly we developed and came up with the level. We defined the levels. So what we are going to achieve down the line 20 years and 30 years. So we started with the level 0 with the CAD, then level 1. They defined 2D and 3D combinations. Then level 2 is 4D and 5D. So 4D is nothing but the construction monitoring. 5D is the cost management of the project. Then level 3 is basically more focused towards the process in a cloud environment, how the projects can be delivered using the cloud space, and all the licensing and technologies can be run through the cloud licensing as well. Like for example, we simply cannot go and lay down the cables for the construction equipments. Yeah, so if you have the space of the clouds and you have the good speed of the internet, then a lot of construction equipments can be function at the site. So that is all about the focus in level 3. And 6D is nothing but the facility management for the customers. And level 4, the industry talking about the sustainability aspects. So basically, in future, how the customers is going to manage their assets for better bid projects and for the renovations of the buildings or maintenance of the roads or maintenance of the utilities. So how to basically create a big database. So this is where the approach the industry is thinking about in the level 4. So currently we are in still level 2, not achieved level 3 and level 4. So in lot of industry forums, I'm also a part of it, where we keep on discussing about the level 3 and level 4, how to achieve from these smart implementation aspects and the big data. So as I rightly mentioned about leveraging BIM with the emerging future technologies. So what are the future emerging technologies? So technologies is nothing but equipments, you can say, like prefabrication construction activities, and then your any 3D printing, then your autonomous construction, then augmented reality, AR and VR kind of things. Then anything related to the wireless monitoring and with the connected equipments, then 3D scanners and cloud real-time and collaboration. So these are the future trend which discussions are very much on in the industry. And certainly in couple of past experience, we tried and tested 3D printing, the mass, and this is where in industry also thinking in future for the mass production of the buildings, maybe the single one bedroom housing programs or 2-bedroom housing programs. So this is where the construction industry also thinking how to leverage these 3D printers for the mass production and mass manufacturing aspects. So across the globe, this is the percentage of adoption so far. India is still in 22% with compared to the other countries, and we're hoping in future that we'll leverage this process and technologies to save more in the projects and optimize more for their customers. So in India, we still state-wise calculations as well. So if you look at the state-wise, Delhi, we still have the 40% participants consuming BIM and digital initiatives. Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Bangalore, Chennai, and Kolkata. So this is the respective percentage I took from World Economic Forum. So this is where the pain point starts, and we are thinking to leverage such technologies and practices across the India in future. And also we are thinking to have a processes to be as a part of the standards, Indian standards. Hope in future we'll see some of the standards are part of the BIM compliant as well. So what does it BIM mean? So BIM is a integrated approach. It's a process. So by considering people, process, and technology, because if there is a no people, then the process won't work and technology won't work. If there is a no process, then people and technology will get failed. If there is a no technology, then people and processes also fail. So basically, these are the three pillars of BIM which always complement to each other. And by considering this, we talk about the integrated approach of the project delivery. So basically, to digitalize the assets of the built environment to create more values in the project. So integrated means basically everybody is working in silos. So how to integrate those data and those informations for a project to get benefited by the stakeholders for maybe interface checking, maybe class checking of the infrastructures, or so that we'll get quicker approvals in the project for the timely project delivery. Then digitalization. So digitalization to use more technology towards the project for the projects to basically optimize times, increase the productivity and cost reduction of the project in terms of the overhead. And delivery as a practice, as I mentioned about your drawings or in 3D models, whatever is mandated through the contract. So objective is the delivery, but what approach to be adopted in the projects in an integrated manner, either using the digital technologies or either using some advanced technology, that is a subject to be decision to be taken care of. Ultimately, end goal is sustainability. So industry is working towards savings in terms of the times, because time is ultimately calculated the cost as well. So in design, we always focus to save something by using such certain technologies. In construction, our always focus to have use a lot of innovations to save some time and cost. Similarly for test and commissioning. So if you look at the overall progress, ultimately will get more benefited. So ultimately the customer will get more benefited down the line in terms of the sustainability as well as for the savings. Yeah, so challenges are as usual, and these are the key performance indicators as a part of the initiatives. So one is the safety. Safety, we can say that will complying to the standards and complying to the best practices, but we can't predict the nature behavior. So the risk of the safeties will be remain lies with our environment. So what the best can be done using improvisation of the processes, improvisation of the technologies. So this is where the BIMs comes into the picture. Likewise, execution on time. So basically the challenges is reduction is overall execution time, optimize sequencing and planning. Then quality issue we have rework issue, we have carbon footprint issue, we have productivity issue. Land acquisition is one of the key areas to be addressed. Then enforcement, cost overhead is a part of it. Then the disaster management and immediate response is a issue. Then the value engineering for the optimization. So these are the business as usual risk which need to be addressed over the period of time by using by improvisation of the processes or by improvisation of the technology aspects. We'll talk about the potential area for technology uses. So any of the projects, if you take, so typically it starts with the pre-tendering, then it comes the design, then the sustainability analysis, then the plan and cost control, then the execution. So Now we can see the potential area of technology. So during the pre-tendering, then the survey is a part of it, and during the design, detailed design is a part of it. So during the design itself, we do a lot of design coordination, we do a lot of interface management, we do a lot of quantification and estimations. Also, during the design, we do a lot of reconciliation activities. So basically, how much quantities we have estimated and how much is going to be reconciled later on. So that the cost can be benchmarked in that project, and those can be again re-evaluated during the execution for the reconciliation. Then value engineering for optimization. So these are the areas of concerns which usually the industry take cares by using technologies. I'll talk about the technology, what technology applicable to these stages as well. Then in sustainability, we have challenges to go for analysis for descriptive analysis, then exploratory analysis, then interferential analysis, predictive analysis, and causal analysis, and mechanistic analysis as well. So by collaborating with industries in technology industries as a part of the services, we do a lot of sustainability analysis as well for our customers, so that we'll get to know how the assets is going to be sustained maybe down the 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years. So based on that, the basically it will basically the complement with the environment that this is what the asset going to be sustained, and by the time of 50 years the employee will take care for the maintenance during the maintenance period as well. So likewise for the planning and cost control, we do planning and sequencing, risk and mitigation plan before the execution I'm talking. Then cost estimations and controls, claim management. So use some sort of enterprise technology for these phases. Then during execution, we do a lot of AR, VR sort of technologies for safety. Then for the coordination at site, we do believe the coordinations issues are used rather than a design issue. So just to address those, to be ensure that the technology to be used for the site coordination as well. Then the construction planning and leveling, constructability analysis, and R&D. So these are the typically project phases and the potential area of technology uses. Also, the most important factor is how to manage those projects by collaborative approach. So collaboration by managing all that pre-tendering informations, design information, sustainability information, planning and cost control information, and execution information in terms of the RFIs, issues, claims, bills, etc. So those each and everything, all the things can be bucketed in the collaborative approach. So there are certain technologies can be used for the collaboration in projects. So I always say, while implementation, the challenges become a solution. So the moment we have the challenges, we start thinking upon those challenges, then we'll get to know what technology can be adopted. For example, we generally use the smartphones. So smartphones are the very great things to learn about. So we have a lot of apps. For example, the Google app, Google Map. So the moment we put the start point to end point, the Google always provides us the options in terms of the routes. So by choosing the routes, we optimize a lot of time, we optimize the fuel, which directly and indirectly impacts on the carbon footprint as well. So this is where I say that the moment we have the challenges, it's become a solution. So you have to look from the solution aspects. So there are a lot of coordination tools for design and interface management can be explored to implement in the projects. Then connected engineering document management, ADMS platforms can be used for the project information management. Then planning tools for virtual construction and planning prior to the execution can be done. AR, VR, MR technologies can be used for safety mockups and reportings. Then geospatial LiDAR and drone technologies for data acquisitions. Then IoT technologies for operation and maintenance or any integration with the construction equipments to increase the productivity that can be used. So from the BIM, this is what the typical process we follow as from the industry. We identify in the contract that either the projects has mandated by the employer to use any digital production tool or any common data environment tools or any virtual assets can be created or not. So by identifying the needs, we review the suitability, legal suitability, technological suitability, execution, any budget aspects, compliance, and skill development programs. Then we go for the recommendations. So recommendations for internally as well as for the customers. So we recommend during the execution plan what are the tasks can be done, what are the technologies can be done, and who are the specialized people is going to be part of this implementation. So we do a lot of risk and analysis as well. We checkpoints all the compliances, audits, and we'll see what downstream opportunities can be created in terms of the assumptions in the projects. Then continuously we do the support plan as a part of the Center of Excellence, as I was rightly mentioning that myself in these companies I am driving as a support to the projects, and there are skilled people who is across. Who is working along with me. Some of the people are working after the execution, some of the people are supporting to the projects for the technology support. So like that. So that sort of support plans we have is required for the projects to support to the projects. So ultimately, that will give you the continuous improvement opportunities to learn and improve in the projects. And also will create a lot of business opportunities for our customers. I'll not go much more detail into this slide, but I'll talk about what is the collaborative platform. So typically, collaborative platform is a software which manages the typical information. So typically, if you look at any projects, in projects, so these are the typical informations we deal with. Let's say all the documents, all the graphical data, and the non-graphical data. So these are the typical type of information we hand over to our customers. And this is the project phases: brief, concept, definition, design. So in every project phases, we have the review and approval process. So by managing such information is quite huge. So how to manage those information? This is where the common data environment, any supported tools and technologies can be utilized. And there are certain process how to manage those information. So as a practice, as a part of standard, as per the standards, it talks about to configure the project through shared approach, to work in progress approach. It starts with the work in progress approach, then shared approach, shared with the customer, shared with the stakeholders, then publish, and then the archive. So this is one of the guideline is there. So those guideline talks about how to manage the information, and there is a technology is there how to manage the information through the technology, collecting by the documentation, non-graphical and graphical information in the project lifecycle. So let me skip this slide. This is a more descriptive. Maybe the participants may get confused in this, but broadly, basically the whole objective of applying the common data environment technology in projects is for the purpose of multi-organization file sharing approach, which so typically as a design companies or the construction companies, they outsource a lot of work to their partners or their vendors. So just to collect those information in a one go and with the proper appropriate way, this is where the common data environment can help. So one is the file sharing across the systems, then the online design reviews and the deliverable management, field data management, and project performance dashboards in terms of the project monitoring. Design monitoring, not the execution monitoring, design monitorings can be done using this technology. So now I'm bringing to this forum in terms of some sort of values which we have learned and gained across the experience in last 15-16 years. So what value we achieved by integrated solutions is during the survey, we used a lot of drones, we used LiDAR technology, we used the geospatial technologies, and the dashboard in terms of the progress. So by applying such technologies, we collected, we acquired a lot of data easily. We monitor the stockpile, inspected the stockpile areas, and we did a lot of quantity estimations in the stockpile areas. Then the inspection, regular inspection by going through drone technology. Then the reverse engineering. We did reverse engineering by collecting those information during the tender itself or the survey stage itself. This is where the technology helps. So I'm not emphasizing what technology, but so it will be, so then it will be kind of recommendation to the technology. So rather to recommend, I do prefer to say that lidar, drones, and the geospatial technologies can be very useful during the survey aspects. And this is where we can save a lot of times in terms of the resource interventions as well. So if you look at the typical approach, earlier we used to deploy a lot of resources for manual survey aspects, but now this is where the optimization can be done by using the drone technology. So drone can be used to fly through for entire 10 kilometer, 20 kilometers, or maybe subject to the specification of the drones, of course. But we can eliminate the involvement of. So we can easily know the numbers of trees falling in ROW right of way, so that we can identify the risk and we can do a lot of mitigation plans. Then we do a lot of parametric design. Is basically nothing but automation. Then we do simulation analysis and calculation, quantity estimations, coordination, QA/QC, value engineering, integrated design. So this is kind of integrated design. So these were done by engineers in silos, but ultimately the integrated project delivery is the whole objective for the organization. And then by integrating all these informations, we get to know what sort of interface issues we face in the project. By integrating your existing data, by integrating your proposed data, by integrating your seismic data, so each and everything can be integrated in a common platform. But once again, I would like to emphasize that while integrating all this data, as a part of expertise is required to understand the risk in terms of the infrastructure needs. So infrastructure, when I say, they need to also evaluate the system requirements, hardware specification requirements, like that. Then only the huge data can be integrated properly. So this is one of our past projects illustration, how the different disciplines we integrated together in a project. So it was basically one underground metro projects that includes the discipline architectural, structural. So we federated each and everything. We assigned the work to each and everything. Then we managed through the activity plan. And then it was completely automatic how all the infrastructures came together to a one common platform where all the stakeholders can be used, all the stakeholders all the stakeholders can see these models for the different use cases for project review or any construction progress aspects. So different aspects were there. So considering those things, we did the entire federated approach for this project. So so values in BIM advanced solutions. So one of the area I would like to emphasize, in our past forums, nobody basically emphasized this topic in terms of the analysis, because this is indirectly linked to your sustainability. So in industry, we do earthquake analysis, we do rail structure interaction analysis, seepage analysis, ground vibration analysis, hydrodynamic analysis. So some of the analysis are good to have analysis which customer is asking. Sometimes some of the analysis are not mandatory through the contract, but we do for the optimization. So these are some of the illustrative view. You can see we extracted from our technology, like for example, Bentley supports such kind of technologies to do analysis. Your Dassault is the company who supports to do such kind of analysis. Then we have ANSYS, Then we have there is another company also, I don't remember exactly, but there are technology support which this sort of advanced analysis can be done with the advanced technologies. So by following through, I'm pretty sure this will help to the project to optimize time and cost. And procurement, the recommended which industry is following is basically use the any enterprise solutions, like Oracle is providing the enterprise solutions. So objective is to logistic management, supply chain management, workforce management, so project management, finance and work order. So now, so in this last forum, people will can realize this is what the wide about the BIM. BIM is not about just a 3D model. So a lot of things can be done to institutionalize such subjects. During the construction, so whole idea was to how to increase the productivity to close the projects within the budgeted timeline, so that everybody will get benefited. So we leverage those design information, 3D information for the excavators. We integrated those information for paving works. We integrated for grading works. Then we also installed the live cameras for the project monitoring, where our customers used to come to that kind of war room, and they lively see those kind of construction progress. Then we also develop a lot of APIs for inspection, where the people can go to the site and do the inspection and provide the reports back to the system, so that the system will produce the performance in terms of the project progress. So we also attract our customers to visualize their future plans by using AR, VR technologies, and this is where the more opportunities can be created as well. And they will also and also customer will feel the trust with their consultant and the contractors. So yeah, so in kind of what value we realize by integrated and connected project environment is, we say it integrated design delivery for survey, design, procurement, and construction. So it helps. COVID-like situation, we work from home. This is where the digital data can be reviewed online by using IoT technologies. Like if you have the good internet, then we can easily open these 3D models and see a lot of coordinations with the stakeholders. Then project safeguard and mitigation plan. So when I say the project safeguard, basically the repository. So earlier days, the moment we go and I try to find out some past projects, we rarely find those information to calculate an estimate. But nowadays, the things quietly changing, and organization also realize that we need such kind of technology where future past projects can be retrieved for the estimations aspect. Then we can do a lot of interface management and reporting through online itself, not necessarily to go site visit and see. This is where the savings in terms of the fuel consumptions can be saved. Better planning and reconciliation can be done. Faster RFIs and claim approvals can be done. The project completion can be monitored and easily close the projects in stipulated timeline. Future checkpoints can be defined, and we can easily address the safety issues. So if you have the 3D models readily available, then the safety manager can be easily say, by going through the construction, by seeing this 3D model, he can easily say that by going through the any safety works or related to any execution work, what measures can be taken. So those checklists can be easily defined by using virtual 3D models and using the technology. So okay, we still have time. So which technology to adopt and why? So technology is fine. There are a lot of technology, but we need to understand that what is the purpose, and which are the technologies applicable for what. So for example, for the asset lifecycle management, for example, the capital project, common data environment and collaboration, reality modeling, visualization and animation, overhead line. So these are the disciplines, and these are the moment we'll understand for what purpose we are going to adopt the technology. Then we will get to know that these are the technology service providers are available in the market, which can support to use the technology and implement the technologies. So we have Autodesk, Bentley, Trimble, Esri, Siemens. So they're widely globally they are supporting to the industry for different disciplines. Now, coming to the standards and references which industry is following as of now. So we are following to 19650. Part 1 talks about the concept and principles. Part 2 talks about how to deliver the projects in phases with phases as well as the assets. The part 3 talks about the assets, how the assets can be handed over for the operational and maintenance work. Also, the part 5 talks about the security, because information is fine, but until unless there is a security issue, then there is a lot of threats around the globe. So we have to be also security-minded approach to be implemented. So this is what the 19650 talks about. Then BS 8541 is more into the object library for architectural engineering construction, and BS 8541 part 2 recommended for symbolic things, 2D symbols to be used. Part 3 talks about the shapes and measurement code of practice. Part 4 talks about the attribution system of the objects. Part 5 talks about the assemblies. Part 6 talks about the facility declarations, product and facility declarations. Then there is a different guideline in BIM forum called the LOD specification. It's nothing but basically it talks more about, let's say I'm creating I'm doing some design, I'm creating some 3D models. Then what is the best extent of information can be attached to that 3D models so that the use cases can be created. So from that aspect, this level of details and level of developments definitions is created. Then 16739 talks about the industry foundation class technical horizontal. So last one is not much important, but apart from that, rest of the things which industry is following as well. Apart from that, there are a lot of other references guidelines like BS11, PAS, UK standards. We also refer to those guidelines as well. So maybe if someone is looking for those guidelines, I'll be happy to reply a mail or over the call. I can inform that. So what are the typical course contents and certification providing by the institutions? So typically for the BIM managements as of now, is introduction to BIM Model 1, transition to ISO 19650, Model 2, assessments and needs, then Model 3, invitation to the tenders and tender response, then Model 4, appointment and mobilization, 5 is information and production and planning, 6 is information delivery, model delivery and project closeout, and 7 is BIM for the operation. So this is what the typical course content as a part of the BIM management's course. And the institutions are like RICS providing the BIM management course, then PRE providing the BIM management course. Zigurat, I think they providing masters in BIM management course. Coursera as well as the AGC providing such courses. There could be much more. I have not gone through because of this short notice since yesterday. I just collected a couple of few. Otherwise, there could be much more in Indian context. But now Indians also in IIT Indore also they are working towards digitalization and technology courses. So maybe soon down the line, maybe I will see some of the positive feedback as well. So in a summary, we have to be better to be prepared for a change. Better prepared projects by using technologies, opportunities to educate and help our clients well in advance, higher quality deliverables, leverage institutional expectations for quality, detailed validation and delivery, standardized approach, and common compatibility for the project. So this is it, sir. Thank you very much once again for the opportunity. So I'm okay to have, see some questions and happy to answer those questions as well. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now we are opening the session for the question and answer. If there is any query or questions related to the today's presentation. I request all participants to come forward and interact with the expert, sir, Engineer Suryakanta Kavi. Yes, sir. Dr. Pratyay, please come forward.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Pratyay Kumar from Holde Institute of Technology. A few minutes earlier, I have seen that you have been telling about transmission line, overhead transmission lines. So I am being from electrical engineering department. So that's why I was asking that what are the scope in electrical engineers for this type of courses for overhead lines maybe or some other consultancies provided.
Okay.
Any suggestions?
Yes. Okay. So how we do recommend in business is basically it's a great question in fact. So typically it happens that so we have to look in at two aspects. One is design and one is the advancement, technology advancement. So let's say as a discipline, the electrical design, the discipline leads and the discipline departments, they knows better how to design for the electrical lines or any structures related to the electricals. So we are not saying to change your design parameters, but what we are saying is if you are taking 10 minutes time or you are taking the 1 hour time to design the entire electrical line by using the AutoCAD systems or by using any old platform systems. So we recommend by evaluating the process, your current process, we recommend that these are the 3-4 advanced technologies are there which can eliminate your 10 hours to the 30 minutes. So this is what basically we improve the process because the moment you switch to your existing process to the new process, your process will remain also change. So we have to also change the process. Also, we have to train on the new technology to save the time. So the moment you save the time, obviously you will save more cost in the projects. And also there are advanced technology we recommend by evaluating your current process, and we say that not only just the electrical lines, but also to think from the sustainability aspect. Is there any risk for the environment? Is there any risk for the other aspects? So considering those, what analysis can also be done, then also we recommend such technologies can be utilized. Hope I clarify your question, sir.
Sir, partly I am partly satisfied, but I am asking that the part of my question was that what are the technologies? Actually, I have maybe I have failed to understand in some respect. What I am meaning that whatever digital advancement technology that you are suggesting to use, that how to motivate the students to learn while they are in course. That's what I want to learn.
No, absolutely, I can help on that because this is again will take time. So the moment I go for, so if you look at the Bentley, as I rightly mentioned, if I go to these sessions, so if you look at this service providers, so Bentley provides technology, Trimble's provides the technology for electrical lines, even the Autodesk provide the technology lines. Now it's up to you, sir, to choose the technology, what going to be happen. But ultimately, prior to that, you need to decide that what sort of challenges you are facing as of now. So the moment you'll get to know the challenges, then you can approach Autodesk, Bentley, and Trimble to understand that these how those technologies can be mitigated to your risk in your projects or your challenges to the project. So then it becomes easier for you to select the technology. So I'm not here to recommend the technologies, but what I can say is these are the technology service providers. They providing such technologies to ease out your problems.
Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Any more questions? I think some people are still messaging also, I believe.
In chat box, there is one question, sir.
I'm going through. Okay, the question is in which part of AR and VRS plays most important role in BIMs? Okay, So, as per my experience in past in construction, we used AR VR for project reviews, and in here in our current organization, we leverage AR VR for the customer experience. So basically, so again, it depends that if you are in the construction industries, the objective will be different. If you are in the consulting industries, then the objective will be different. So in consulting industry, we always try to uh, motivate our customers to create more opportunities. Likewise, in the construction industries, we motivate our execution people to do a lot of collaboration for the risk management aspect. So this is where the AR and VR with the integrated models can be used. And I see this is where for the safety mockups we can use AR VR as an important role, and for the project collaboration is important role as well. And apart from that, understanding from the risk, we can always decide how this AR VR can be used in a project. Thank you, Mahesh Kumar sir. Hope I clarified your question. Any more questions, sir?
I think, sir, there is no any more question at this moment.
Okay.
And we have given several platforms to have the questions, queries from the participants. So if we will receive any query, then we will forward to you for your kind response, sir.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. So, yeah. So please excuse if I missed out something. I do understand that with short notice, I tried my best to cover up all the aspects, but I still believe there are certain areas with the improvement can also be done. So, hope by the time I'll receive the questions, I'll clarify through the email or through the phone as well.
Yes, sir. And this presentation will definitely serve as the foundation for the topic, and participant will definitely think on this. And in my opinion, this is very good area for the faculties and even for students to study and to work in this area, so
Yes.
that they may have a good opportunity for the employment also, sir.
Definitely,
Because,
definitely. So,
yes, sir.
yeah, so how what it happens is there are certain institutions who providing the certification programs. There are certain institutions they already established the curriculum for that, and like the technology service providers like Autodesk and Bentley, they have their own institutions. So let's say the institution decide to go with the advanced technology, then they nominate their own internal people to go and provide the trainings to the institutions as well to the students. So, I mean, in my past organization, I was part of this BIM Advancement Academy manager as a role I handled as well. I delivered a lot of trainings to the institutions in Pune. So, likewise, they conduct the technology specific trainings. And there are organizations who supports the process related certification programs. So, by combining these two, the institution can think open, and maybe they can introduce similar kind of curriculum for the students.
Yes, sir. So definitely I will circulate your this concept to the academia, and I will also invite heads of the institutions to work on this area to try to introduce the, because of teaching of traditional courses in traditional manners are not very good for the students to give the give the opportunity for the placement, because industry is expecting something other than the traditional teaching and
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes, correct. So just maybe as a casual discussion, just after this call also, in after half an hour there is an interview. So again, so that interview is subject to the same requirements also. So we are expecting the guy will come from the institute should have some understanding on the digital aspects, not just the business as usual like they did in maybe 90s and 80s. So this is what the level of expectations we have from the industry as well. So we'll see some positive response soon.
Yes, sir. So, sir, uh, with these words, I would like to express my gratitude on behalf of All India Council for Technical Education and the Construction Industry Development Council and Engineering Council of India, and from the participating institutions to you for sparing very nice sparing for your very valuable time and giving us the idea and foundation for a new area. It is really, in my opinion, it is new area for the academic and for the students also. So, sir, really, we
Thank
are very thankful to you. Thanks
thank you
for
so much,
joining us.
sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'll try my best in future to also contribute to the industry, to the institutions by sharing my knowledge appropriately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir.